Identity confirmed.
Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Arkham Knight gameplay. And I'm beating up Harley thugs!
You got overwhelmed.
Once again, these fights are, of course, a lot easier in the mode I'm playing in than they were first time around. That is gonna cut down the number of hours. But as I said, I also think I'm playing a little bit better than I was when I was trying to discuss things and play at the same time. Which is a much easier thing to accomplish with a co-host instead of cohort. I suppose it could also be a cohort. I guess it's a little bit more believable that Harley Quinn would have all these thugs than that the Arkham Knight would be able to find as many soldiers as he finds. Certainly seem to be people cut from a different sort of cloth. But let's not read too much into that, shall we?
Harley and the new Jokers get back. They'll kick your ass.
We gotta have enemies for people to fight in video games.
The infected. Where are they? They're not infected. They're Joker. Harley's got him, and they ain't leaving this place until you're a corpse. How did she find us? How did she get in?
I'd let him know if I were you. He's not always in such a good mood.
How should I know? I guess she's smarter than you think. Not likely.
I like Tim Drake's Robin look a lot better than I like the Nightwing look.
Let's check the Bat computer.
Good idea.
And I always like the yellow
Unlocking
underneath
the whole building down.
the black
No one
cape.
leaves until we account for the infected.
I think that might have been a Batman Animated Series
alarm,
thing.
no warning. Something's wrong with the voice recognition.
Maybe. There's no trace of a hack. If they're still here, then the facial recognition software will find them.
Well, the hood is an odd addition.
Albert King's in the Wild West set. Looks like he's gearing up for a comeback bout. They took Christina Bell to the haunted house set. Harley's left armed guards to protect her.
Yeah, I should have paid more
Charisma's on the
attention to this map
soundstage.
or called up my map
I can't tell what he's got planned.
more often. But I just never think to do that. I'm following the thing that tells me where to go.
All right, we know where they are. Now
And I always forget that I could call up a map. I found myself calling up a map a great deal when I was playing Arkham City. I like the way Robin factors into this section. It's fun to play as him and switch between.
Do you think she'll recognize me in this blank death mask you call a face? I mean, it does do expressions, right?
That's a good line.
Henry, lock down this door. Only let Robin or myself back through.
I'm Batman. I brood. That's all the emoting you're getting from me.
How's it going, Bat Brain? Nice place you got here. I think my Joker would have liked it. Kind of place he would have picked.
That's an important line.
I ain't going anywhere near Belle. She's nuts.
Calling
Jumped on
to
Hudson, scratched out one of his eyes, right in front of
the
everyone.
implications
What
of
did Harley
Batman's
do?
personality of
Nothing. I tell you, anyone's...
choosing this as a base of operations, as we were discussing in the previous video.
Hey!
Whole lot of hand-to-hand combat in this section. Lets you get to play with Robin a lot. I like the stick. That's an old Dick Grayson staple, certainly, and I guess Tim Drake often has one too. It is a little bit odd that, like Batman, you can pick up a bat or something else that somebody's coming at you with, but you already have your own weapon. This is weird that you would, like, pick up a bat and just start hitting people with it, and then you've also got this other weapon that's a lot more effective, really. Uh-oh.
You better run. No way you get past me.
These thugs probably much prefer playing
Robin,
working
you wait
for
here while I get behind him.
Harley than
We'll
they
take
do the
him down
Joker.
faster if we work together.
When do I join in?
You'll know when you see it.
She's probably a lot less sadistic and cruel. There's certainly things she says in Arkham
Come on
City
out, Bat.
that make you think that a lot of that has rubbed off on her, but she still can't be as twisted and unpredictable and horrifying. It's hard to imagine anybody would want to
Sure
work for the
took your
Joker.
time back there.
I was testing your self-control.
Did I pass?
You need practice. Come on.
Oh, Batman. Always testing people. That is likely a lie there, I think. He's saving face a little bit. Of course, the last thing, upgrading, gotta do the upgrade. The last thing Batman is thinking about right now is testing his partners. He's much more worried about getting them killed. Remember that all the way through this, he's refused to use Tim's help in the field. He's been using him to try to synthesize a cure for the Joker toxin. Of course, nobody knows that he's on it too. Or for the blood, rather.
Come on, lady. We need to get you someplace safe.
Are you kidding me? I'm getting front row seats!
Anything happens to her, Harley will kill you.
Yeah, he's right. And if Batman sees how you've treated me, he's gonna knock out you, and you. Well, maybe not you. Definitely you. And you.
I love the sad face.
Oop. Well, that evens things up a little. Anyway, when he's done with you chumps, me and Bats will have this place all to ourselves. So get out there and make him show you how much he wants me.
This actress is doing a good job. This is one of the better vocal performances. She gets on my nerves after a while with all the taunts
You
in
heard
this
the
section.
lady. Let's go.
Okay, we get it. You're on
Jeez,
Joker's blood.
Didn't need to kill him.
You're not yourself. You're a brainwashed psychopath. Okay.
She's all locked up, safe and sound.
That girl is very important to me, so I'm not gonna take any chances. Remember who's in charge in here. When I give you an order, you do it!
Of course.
Up high. Now. I say when you strike.
Got it.
These idiots want to break us apart.
Also, like, thematically, this idea of people turning into the Joker, the Joker taking over people literally, and his legacy living on through that in a physical sort of way, and the same thing happening with Batman in a way.
I want him all blood-stained when he rescues me. Your blood, I mean.
Not that people are physically transforming into Batman, but that he's had this immense effect on the city, and he's of course, you know, he's got partners certainly, and they are sort of like other Batmen in a way, and he's worried that he might be an infection, kind of like the Joker, not thinking of them as their own people making their own decisions, but as if he's manipulated them. I know I'm talking over this Christina Bell woman, but does anyone really care?
Is that Robin? Is Robin here? Boy, kill that interfering little gooseberry third-wheel brat.
Boy, there's some words I never thought I'd see put together. Gooseberry, third wheel act.
Robin, he doesn't love you.
Leave us be or I'll cut off your limbs until you actually fit in a birdcage.
That's more like it.
That just starts to grate on me after a while.
He's kicking our ass. He ain't got us yet.
If we had to make this game another Joker game, and I think that even though he's dead at the end of City, a lot of people complain about that. We shouldn't have another game that's this much about the Joker, but if you're gonna make it, finally a trilogy, and
I should keep watch on Robin when he strikes.
your first two games were about Batman's relationship with the Joker, I'm not sure you can avoid it. Origins certainly didn't need to be. I mean, it wanted. I guess you could make the argument because it's the origin of this universe and maybe trying to give us the origin of those ideas. I can sort of see it. I don't think it was handled real well. I thought it was too easy with the way Batman and the Joker meet each other, and immediately you've got Joker talking about the yin-yang thing and the two sides of the coin and all that stuff. It's just too early. They need to build that relationship over time. But, again, just the idea of doing it is maybe not a bad idea, but I think because it wasn't handled real well, we certainly could have made Origins simply the beginning of Batman and not really deal with Joker so much. Maybe start it, but not have him be the main villain ultimately.
What are you standing around for? Get in there and help those idiots out!
But this game, I think,
Harley. Find Batman and kill him.
arguably needed to be, and I think that
You hear that, Bat Freak? We're coming to get you.
that part of it, at least thematically, I think is handled pretty well. Story-wise, whether or not it's buyable is another story.
Get in the way!
But we make it about his legacy. We make it about
There goes another one.
Batman and the Joker both wanting to be
Batman
remembered.
strikes. I need to have his back. Time to find a high vantage point.
How important it is to the both of them that they impact people, affect them, and change the world for what they see as the better. Of course, the Joker's about chaos, so for him, we're not talking about a moral better thing, but we're talking about, selfishly, for the both of them, leaving the world more the way they wish it was, the way they wish they could live in it. And I like that those ideas are here. Love jumping around these movie studios. Once again, the level of detail is astounding. Somebody had to put, all this stuff here
See him up there.
in the digital rendering, trying to make it look as realistically as possible, trying to make it look old,
Robin,
worn,
now.
used.
Oh, bad.
Time to find a vantage point to cover Batman when he strikes.
And I like Batman having to fight in kind of a real playground, the way he and his villains use Gotham
Working for the big guy.
as a playground. He doesn't like to think of it that way, but he definitely lives in his own world. And here we have this clearly fake world
Go check the grate over there!
that we're
You
fighting
are
this
what the
larger
boss
battle
said.
on inside these movie studios, and I think that's kind of an important metaphor. This has just taken me forever.
I can't give an order without choosing a target first.
I complained in a couple of the early videos
Got it.
about Batman talking to himself and how silly I thought that was, and how just from a POV perspective it seemed really weird that he would be sort of telling me to do stuff when this isn't Deadpool, he's not thinking of me as a player, he's thinking of himself as doing things. But when I realized that he's actually thinking to himself, his mouth isn't moving, it became more okay to me, the idea that he would walk up to something and be like, nah, I better not do that. And then he'd kind of change his mind. I think that's kind of the best you can do to make it, that kind of thing, believable, if you want the prompts to come at all from Batman himself. I think it's still a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes it's words on the screen, and sometimes he's talking to himself.
Look, boys.
But sometimes I think the idea is that it's supposed to make you feel more like you're Batman. Of course, that's the whole point of these in the first place, is you are Batman.
And most of you are headed to
Batman would have an internal thought process. Somebody left a comment at one point and said, and urged me not to begrudge the game for being a video game. And that is a fair point, although I think sometimes this game especially has a very difficult time, struggles real hard.
Time to go get Miss Bell.
In striking that balance between storytelling and gameplay experience. And Arkham Asylum being the game that first convinced me that you can use this as a narrative art form. I really want to see these games find that balance. And of course, City didn't do it as well as Asylum did. I'm not saying Asylum is necessarily a better video game than Arkham City. I think there's a lot of improvements there. But as far as using video games as a storytelling medium, using the interactive medium to tell stories, this and City both, and of course Origins, are too ambitious to not somewhat, in a lot of situations, put the gameplay ahead of the storytelling. Whenever you use minimalism, whenever you have a smaller scope, you make it more intimate, you make it more of a character study. And I'm not just talking about with video games, I'm just talking about with stories. It's always easier, less is more. I'm having a really hard time figuring out where this person is. It's always easier to tell a good story and not put your gimmicks and your...
It's all mine!
spectacle ahead of everything else.
I think she clawed half my face off. Be honest. How's it look?
Like you're too slow.
Let's look at it. It looks more dirty than anything, really. I like looking at these movies, trying to see if there's any recognizable titles or anything, but it looks like they're just numbers. That control panel looks more like it should drive the Starship Enterprise than run lights and sounds in a movie studio. I would love to visit a place like this. Not with, like, minigunners and people throwing grenades and stuff, just when it's not occupied by supervillains. So, 1 out of 3 down.
I'll take her back to the cells.
That's probably the second hardest one.
Henry, Robin's heading your way. Let him in when he gets there.
Of course. I take it this means you stopped one of those monsters.
Yes, but I'm not done yet.
Batman's working with a lot of old people
today. Seems like a real improvement on that last one, Bats. Remember Jason Todd? Oh, what a whiner! Always complaining.
So suddenly Jason Todd's coming up.
Without that loser.
Just out of the blue, we're talking about Jason Todd. Really odd that he's not seated at all before this game when we decide here to go there.
All alone. You want to hear this? You come see me.
Ignore this freak. Just you and me.
I'm not saying there were any
Boring.
plans for this game, or it knew where it was going to go necessarily past City, especially with Caldini not fighting anymore. I'm just saying that it's odd that this game decided to do that,
Intelligent, something creative.
since he had never been brought up before.
Fun. 2 fists of fun.
That'll be
And then
really
I'm gonna
important
see
later.
your charisma. I'm gonna smack you so hard, you're gonna be singing at the back of your head.
Yeah, tough guy. Well, first, you'll have to find me. And second, well, let's be honest, old-timer, you're a little past your sell-by date.
Who do you think you're talking to, boy?
I'm not sure what the point of this banter is.
Whatever. Choice is yours, Bats. Come find us and see who wins. My money's on me.
I mean, he's going to go after them both. Anyway. I'm just trying to figure out how to get over there. Again, I should have looked at my map. So now we gotta figure out how to get into stage C and get to the guy in the Old West set where they're shooting Spectre of the Gun.
I'm gonna blow your stinking head off.
So I gotta figure out how to take this guy out. Yay, explosive gel!
I should wait until he's in position before I detonate the explosive.
Oh boy, that's a good idea. I'm sure glad I thought of that.
You there?
I still love how eccentric Batman is. That not only does he wear his brand on himself and put it on everything and call everything bad everything, but he also has to draw that gel in a bat symbol. Go make me a sandwich!
That wall don't look right. Go take a look.
I'm on it. I'm gonna
Go
blow
stand
your
right
stinking
there
head
so I
off.
can blow your face off! That never gets old. Those bats just love it when I knock guys out. It makes them manifest. It creates bats. See, Batman's really good for the environment, because every time he knocks out thugs, it creates a bunch of bats that can go eat bugs and help keep the environment cleaner, not so bug infested. Those are important. So I've knocked him out. So now what? I just can't figure out how to get past that door now, because I did not realize that this tubing went any farther than it does.
I don't trust those fake jokers. I take orders from Harley and nobody else. Batman's out there and I ain't opening this gate unless Harley says so. You think Batman's gonna come this way? Harley says it.
Oh, okay. So that line just sets Batman up to use his voice synthesizer. I'm not opening this gate unless Batman says so. So sometimes the clues of what you're supposed to do are in that dialogue, but the problem is, so much of it is just random and extraneous that you're not really listening for it. I'm gonna mess around here for a minute, just remembering certain bits about this, but not enough.
speak up. No freaking idea.
Who the hell was that guy? He looked just like Joker.
He wishes.
No, really, who is he? He looks familiar.
Johnny Charisma. He's some kind of singer.
No way. I love that guy.
Not enough to recognize him, though, huh?
He never used to look like Joker.
No one knows why he does now.
I heard he was in rehab.
Like rehab to you?
So, I really should have remembered.
Friends with Harley then?
Oh, well, at least, you know, I found this Riddler trophy. I mean, that's a nice thing when you get stock. You're looking a lot closer at everything.
Then again, she's crazy.
And you'll look up in places you never would have thought to look before. Of course, you can always just get a strategy guide and then go find all those later, which we may ultimately end up doing. And more of these movies. Still just numbers. I feel like there was some section that had movie reels like that actually had some titles on them with some fun, recognizable things.
Be ready. Freak does show he's gotta get through here.
I really should have remembered the voice synthesizer here. And once again, as always, feel free to skip around. But it's okay, because first things first, I've already started my path towards Stage C. Now all I gotta remember, all I gotta do is realize that, oh yeah, you can go up into this ventilation and actually go farther than we had gone before. This admittedly is taking much longer than it should. Ooh, cobwebby. And now we'll open this gate.
Hello?
And get an in-scene flashback.
Jason, I thought you were dead.
Sort of a flashback.
Batman? Is that you?
Batman's not coming to save you, Jason.
Who come?
It's been 6 months now, Jason. I think it's time to face facts.
Screw you.
That's the spirit. You're a real chip off the old bat block. Not that it'll do you any good.
Why won't you just kill me?
What? Oh, no. I'm not going to kill you. Not yet, anyway. You're my sidekick now. Imagine it. You and me, out on the streets, starting fights, picking on the weak. A regular dynamic duo. Just like Bats and that new kid of his.
No, you wouldn't.
You think? So, this isn't Batman, then? Oh, weird. The pointy ears are usually a dead giveaway. I didn't want to show you that photo. Really, I didn't. But, well, it was the only way for you to get closure. Now, I know it hurts, but sometimes you gotta be cruel to be kind.
Interestingly, that's what the Joker does in the Return of the Joker Batman Beyond movie, making a Robin his sidekick by turning him into...
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
He's a little Joker.
Let's get the next one.
So these, what I called in-scene flashbacks, which is not exactly really what they are interesting, but I don't think ultimately at the end of the day as fascinating as they feel in the moment. They have to be Batman's interpretation of what he might have imagined and his greatest fear of what happened to Jason Todd, and Barbara Gordon for that matter, because he sees those things happen in the moment, but of course he wasn't there, and he doesn't have the real Joker in his head. So, I attempted to get this Riddler trophy here with the remote control Batarang, and I'll go ahead and skip past this part because I never managed to get it. And I tried for a good long time, and got part of the way there, but didn't get all of it, and again, I just didn't want to waste all day on it because I wanted to try to get to the end of the story as quick as I can, so let's go ahead and skip this part. If memory serves, there is a little shrine to the Joker that Harley Quinn made inside here, which again is impossible to believe she had time to set it up, and I think that's partly why they give you the prompt to go do more side missions, you know, where Alfred's like, you've got all these other things to do.
Sorry, Bats.
Before you get here.
I was planning a duet for us.
I didn't do that,
and
so...
Bird Boy, wait out there and listen to us make sweet music together.
It makes it a lot less believable, but unfortunately I didn't find it this time around. I didn't go looking for it real hard.
This lock
I stumbled
is
upon
mechanical
it
with
the
no
first time
digital
I played
components. I won't be able to use the remote hacking device.
that shrine, but unfortunately we're not going to get to see it.
Henry, I need your help.
Of course. Anything.
I need you to send me the CCTV footage from the camera in Stage C. You can use the computer in that room to do it.
Okay, I'll try. Computers really aren't my specialty.
You can
Remember
isolate
that.
the data using the panel on the right. Slide your finger along the dial until...
Like this? Oh, this technology is very interesting.
He is
Okay, I can see the camera.
laying this on pretty
now
thick,
highlight
yeah?
the track for the last 10 minutes. And
Done.
so I see. Thanks, Henry.
Okay, Batman, you should be a little suspicious right now. This guy claims he's not good at computers, and yet he is not taking his time. He's going pretty fast. Might tell you something, world's greatest detective. I like this keypad puzzle quite a bit.
That's the wrong code. I should continue scanning the video.
It's not a real hard one, but it's kind of neat. I had forgotten that he pressed that 0 first, so I got that it was mirrored and that I had to go look at the mirror. That was pretty straightforward. But I like the added challenge of he presses the button and then he puts his finger to his face in turns and shushes and then puts his back to it, so you have to look at the mirror. But I was trying to figure out where that fourth number was. So that's a good one. This is Arthur Brown, who is, of course, Stephanie Brown, spoiler, and then Batgirl's father. A supervillain in his own right, but his actual supervillain persona doesn't come up in this. I guess when your game is so riddled with the Riddler, having a guy named Clue Master gets a little bit redundant.
There are 5 other bombs around the room.
Got it. Nice of you to join me, Bats.
So there's some really interesting POV stuff that happens in this scene.
Don't be shy. There's room up here on stage for 2. No, really, I insist. As you can see, the crowd is so excited it may just explode!
Nobody's serenade you but me, Bat.
He should have cardboard cutouts
Take it
in the
away,
crowd.
boys. Take me on home.
Like in that Batman the Animated Series episode where the Joker does
The
that.
asylum. Never alone. In the asylum.
This song is hilarious. I'll let you listen to it.
Anarchy ruled. It was wild, but through it all, you never smiled. Joke's on you. I'm in your head, so look who's laughing now. Remember in Arkham City, I killed your girl. So pretty. That was the night you let me die. But when I looked you in the eye, that's when I knew we'd be together. Look who's laughing now.
I'm gonna sing this song at a
Stuck in
karaoke
your
bar.
head and I'm laughing. Ah, I fill you with dread and I can't stop laughing. Your parents are dead and I can't stop laughing.
That
What
line
else
killed me
can
the first time I heard
do?
it.
Now I'm part of you. I am the cloud.
This morbid humor is
Prince.
legitimately funny a lot of the time.
And we've had a hell of a time. You're part of me, I'm part of you. And now there's nothing
It's really
left
weird I
to
get
do.
caught there.
I just can't wait till I'm in control. Who'll be laughing then?
If he sees you trying to defuse the bombs, everything explodes.
And I'm laughing. I'm with you till the end, and I can't stop laughing.
You won't see that
I killed
happen
all
because I
your
got it in one
friends,
fell
and
swoop
I
this
can't
time.
stop laughing. Oh, yeah. I think I can taste your fear. Now that my time is near. I'm in your blood, I'm so alive. I only wish you'd let me drive. It won't be long till I make you kill. Who'll be laughing then? Barbara's dead and I'm laughing. Ah! Jason Todd's dead and I can't stop laughing. I'm even dead and I can't stop laughing. What else can I do? Now I'm part of you. I drove you round the bend and I'm laughing.
Almost there.
That's all the bombs disarmed. Time to take down Charisma.
Friends and I can't
Who, of
stop
course, Robin
laughing. I'm caught.
sees as Johnny Charisma. You're seeing all this from Batman's
because of
perspective,
you.
but you're controlling Robin.
I'm stuck in your head and I'm laughing. Ah, I fill you with dread and I can't stop laughing. Your parents are dead
And it's
I can't
entirely
stop
ambiguous in a really cool, interesting way as to what exactly Robin is
I'm stuck
hearing
in your head and I'm laughing.
while Batman's listening to the
I feel you
song.
with dread and I can't stop laughing. Your parents are dead and I can't stop laughing.
No encore?
I like that fake cheesy smile there
And he's a
just before he takes
professional
him down.
singer? Even Alfred sings better than this guy.
Good work, Robin.
No
Batman's
problem.
kind of lucky
Call
that
it my
that
contribution to music.
shook him out of the hallucination.
Let's get Golden Tonsils here back to the cells.
But yeah, so that's a weird POV thing, but I like a lot of things about it. That you'd be controlling somebody else while you're seeing things from Batman's perspective. We're mostly consistent about that. There are a couple places where you control someone else when Batman's not even around, so we do jump
I'll
to
take
another person's
Charisma back
head.
to his cell.
Alfred, we're almost done here, and we need to make up for lost time. Prepare another upgrade for the car.
Absolutely, sir. Would you please make your choice? The weapons generator mark... Excellent, sir. With this in the Batmobile, the malicious tanks are destined for the scrap heap.
It's still weird to me that in this interactive experience you would ever control anyone else besides Batman. But it kind of gives players something they want.
I guess it's just
Is the first thing. Thematically, of course, having a lot of the Bat family in this is important and needs to happen, and I like how that's integrated in a lot of ways. But actually, being in control of them when you're not actually from their point of view
It's Batman! He's here!
is a little bit of an odd choice to me. Again, from a narrative perspective. But that's when the gameplay is kind of taking over. And there's an attempt in that last scene of balancing them I do like that we're consistent and stay with Batman in that scene and that we don't jump over to Robin while we're doing that. Of course, wouldn't be nearly as interesting if we did that because we wouldn't see Batman's
Harley was
hallucination.
right. She said he'd show.
I don't think I would find myself thinking about it as much. See, I just keep forgetting to use the voice synthesizer. I don't think I would think about it nearly as much if the game didn't do weird things like open from a random cop's perspective and have you walk around as Gordon after Batman seems to have met his demise just for a big shock where you turn around and see Batman. Obviously, I'm not such a stickler for POV that I think that everything must be first-person limited, only from one person. The Harry Potter thing, where you know you have to always be from your protagonist's perspective in every story, or that you can't have more than one protagonist, certainly. But it's just a little bit odd because in the other games before this, we really haven't done that. There's the Catwoman stuff in Arkham City, but we jump to her and she has her own little side story. And she has a character arc. It's not a real thick character arc, but she serves as almost another protagonist for a minute. I can't believe that I forgot about the voice synthesizer here. And now, finally, it's telling me to do that. Just when it's been just long enough that it feels really awkward and I'm sort of embarrassed.
I don't get it. What's that again?
You might as well say, okay, look, idiot. Sometimes with a Joker, it'll do that. But again, it's weird. Sometimes it does it in text. Sometimes it does it with the Joker.
What do we do about Batman?
The Joker kind of
Harley's got a plan.
plays as your ghost guide in a lot of places. And we'll see a lot more of this later. But I do like how he's used sometimes to help you the way, where he'll be standing next to the next entrance or exit. I don't know how he knows any better than I do where we're supposed to go, and he'll be there already. Like, he'll walk up and it's there. He's in your blood and part of you. I don't know how that works. But again, it's not overthinking. That is a tough balancing act. You know, you've got these narrative devices and gameplay devices that you got to try to use in tandem to work with each other. It's tough. And then I always have the question of, is this a story that needs to be told this way? Could the story have been told just as well or better? That is creepy and ominous. I'm looking around there for a head, and then you walk up on the next one. And it's got one. That's good stuff. I like that a lot.
What do we have here, then? Wakey, wakey. What's wrong? You think I'm going to hurt you? Why? I'm not the bad one here. Oh, no, 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 no. It's Batman. He's abandoned you, thrown you away like an unwanted puppy. Can I have him, Daddy? Oh, please, 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 please. I'll take real good care of him. Anything to make you happy, Princess. Just make sure people know he's yours. We don't want him to end up back here, do we? No, we don't, Daddy. I want to keep him forever.
No, no, please, please, no, no!
This stuff is awkward because I don't know how much of it really informs anything.
Spooked.
I'm fine, Jason. Tim.
Because again,
you haven't done that for a while.
It's a Joker in
There's one
Batman's
left.
head who's
Come
not
on.
the real Joker. Is it possible that somehow or rather his memories and consciousness was transferred? But then...
This is it! The fight of the century! You ready to get schooled, Bats?
But then
Where do
we'll
you
see
wanna
that there
start?
are
How about getting your
places where
asses
Batman
kicked? 101.
is clearly
Nothing to
imagining
say?
it differently than how it
Strong
actually
side
happened.
type, huh? Well, let's see if I can change that. I'm gonna make you...
If you think about it, it really makes me wonder
Don't let him beat you.
what exactly Joker was wearing and doing what he looked like in the Killing Joke stuff when he comes in and kills Barbara Gordon.
I'm gonna rip out...
Because Batman imagines it as a somewhat toned-down version of what we actually see in that graphic novel. But he wasn't there.
Why don't you ask your little...
Hang in there, Batman.
This guy's pretty tough.
I'm gonna enjoy cutting
This is not one of my favorite hand-to-hand combat sections.
We're gonna hurt you, Batman.
Can't let Harley win.
Sometimes the dual team takedown thing and Batmobile takedown, and any time that it's L1 to do something in tandem with someone else, sometimes it's hard to pull off because that button does something else. So it'll give you that prompt, and again, you can only use it when that prompt's up. That can be, sometimes that can be awkward and not work the way you think it should. And it doesn't really work unless you hold it down.
He's all yours.
And even then, sometimes it'll come off screen and you can't really make it happen.
Get so I can feel it. On your feet.
For some reason in this section, I'm finding it a little bit easier to play as Robin. Get him! And that was a fatal
Not
error.
even two of you can... Get up and fight!
I also am not really great at the knife dodge thing. You gotta press the trigger. This is PS4. If you're aware, you have to use the triangle and pull back with the stick. Sometimes I don't.
Don't let him beat you.
Well, we'll come back and try that again.
I did it, Mr. J. I did it for you.
Batman imagines quite a bit from the Joker's perspective that is about the way you would expect the Joker to really think about things. And so I'm constantly asking myself how much of it is Batman, how much of it is Batman's interpretation of the Joker, how much of it is Batman having this other twisted side of him that really is the Joker, this madness that was there already. The Joker embodied it so well, maybe even manipulated Batman to think that he had that part in him. That part of himself deep within himself. And it manifests as the Joker. The question that I'm really asking myself now, after playing through it a couple times, is
Don't let him beat you.
when is it thoughtfully allowing myself, or allowing me to interpret it, and when is it just doing stuff? Should I really be thinking about it as hard as I am? And I never like that feeling.
Don't mind if I do.
When I can't be sure how much I'm being asked to
Take your
really
best shot,
consider the narrative.
Hang in there, Batman.
Usually that means that there's an issue with priorities. is this game even trying to tell a great story as much as it is trying to live up to what came before it.
Knife is going through you.
For the player, for the gameplay experience.
I'm gonna whoop both your asses.
And yet, despite all my issues with how all this ultimately comes together, I'm surprised by how much of it I find myself really noodling, given that we've got a different writing team here. We've got as far as I understand it, a group of writers that work for Rocksteady, kind of a writing room situation, like for a TV show. And not one person that's really the architect of this. And maybe there is, and we're just not told who it is, because we don't have a veteran Batman writer like Paul Dini pulling all this together.
I almost felt that one. Almost.
Can't let Harley win.
Get him! So, I'm really lucky here because I'm almost dead. But luckily, I'm dodging and watching that prompt a lot harder than I did the first time. So we got him. I really like that we're demonstrating the importance of Batman's psychics here. There are a number of places in the game where somebody comes in to help Batman and he couldn't have done the job without them. So he's worried that he's ruined these people's lives and that he's just using them. But ultimately he needs them, and...
Oh, nice work. You really held your own just now. I'm impressed.
I like how out of breath he sounds. That's great. And I was just going to say that Batman has to learn that these people have made their own choices and that he is not responsible for what they decide to do when they believe in his cause.
Batman, please, you have to help me. That Quinn woman and her goons are trying to break in here. There's no telling what she'll do to me.
Stay calm, Henry. I'm on my way. Robin, wait here with the infected. I'll go ahead and deal with Harley's men.
All right, let's go get him. Things are about to get real interesting.
You think she's okay? Who? It's Batman. Hey, Batman! Where's your little bird friend? You two have a fight?
Oh, he didn't fly away all upset now, did he?
Oh, what? You want to come in? Nah, that ain't happening, buddy. I'm sure you two can work it out, huh?
If they see me enter here, they won't risk opening the gate.
Kidnapping back her brand new jokers. She kidnapped them first.
And once again, I am forgetting my voice synthesizer. I just don't like using that thing I got. Oh, you know what? I think that's where the shrine was. And that opening there. I think that's where that was. Ah, I wish I'd gone in there. It's so frustrating doing this after the fact because I'm like, if only I was holding my controller right now. In my defense, what I was doing here with a couple of these places was remembering a spot where I had to go under the grate and walk under.
Well, look who it is.
And I keep looking for that spot, and it's making me forget that I've got the voice synthesizer, and that all I have to do is use Harley Quinn's voice to tell them to open that gate.
I think we scared him away.
Open the gate! There we go. Well, we've all got our strengths and weaknesses, haven't we?
No problem.
First she said shut the gate, now she wants it open. I think she's gone crazy.
I think she already was crazy because it's Harley Quinn, you know? Oh crap! Oh, she just walked in.
That's why you're not paid to think. So
It's another one of those sad clowns.
Oh, look who it is. Batman's little helper. Looks like he left you all alone.
Love that she's got the fuzzy dice
he
on her.
figured I could handle you by myself.
Gun.
He doesn't take you very seriously. Neither do I.
Ooh.
She's got that enormous
He's
gun.
asking for it.
I guess it's the physics of...
You're funny, huh? Open the gate.
This is the regular in-game physics of this game.
If you think you're
Because
taking him
you can't
back
throw a
to
batarang
himself,
through those
think
bars either.
again. He's got the Joker in him. They all have. That means they're mine. I'm taking them.
Now that would be highly irresponsible of me to allow that to happen.
Batman
Ooh, I don't
took
like the
Mr.
way
J
that line's
away
worded
from
at
me
all.
once already. He ain't gonna do it again. You hear that, Batman? I know you're out there.
Yeah. Where are you, bat freak?
What, afraid to face us?
Some really clunky amateurish writing in this.
I shouldn't break cover.
As I said,
Harley
there's some
could
great
kill
writing.
Robin.
Blown out, and your boss don't care one bit.
That would be really irresponsible for me to
Joker
allow that to happen. That is
that was mean.
way more words than you need.
No one but himself. Not like Mr. J.
Is this gonna go on much longer?
He looked after me. Loved me with all his heart. He would have never...
There we go.
No one can
Bam.
hands on the boss lady. Get him.
Robin's such a gentleman. He's real delicate there. And now we do some more of the fight, fight, fight. See, the blade dodge, man. I'm not great at it. It's like, okay, Scream, I get it. Like, thanks for telling me about that, but I'm trying. I'm just not good at it. That guy's like a Batman 89 thug. A couple of them love their blades.
Keep them coming, Robin.
Now, I'm lucky if I get through this. I'm not playing well right now.
One bad guy coming up.
Get him! Bams! Wow. All of a sudden, I'm making this look respectable. Come on, knife guy. Oh, you're done, knife guy. All you'll be doing with those now is buttering your toast. See, I could be a superhero. I got the one-liners.
I'm impressed.
What can I say? I'm irresistible.
We need to get back to the cells. You take Albert. I've got Quinn.
Well, folks, that's going to be it for me this time around. I'll see you again for more Arkham Knight gameplay on the next hour. And thanks as always for watching. I'm Captain Logan, and happy playing.